Hello everyone. Most of you are probably unfamiliar with me, but my name is Alien Rouge Dodgers or Road Dodgers, and I've been playing this game since 2018-ish. This video is serving the purpose of helping you to understand how to sweat and also how to do it a little bit different than most tutorial videos on YouTube out there. And I'm gonna show you that in a second. So what we're gonna start off with is by popping up the inventory by pressing I. You have the tool selection to get the VSE MK1. Right, this is your sweating tool, if you didn't know that already. And in order to select this one, you press L as in Linus, and you press F1 to get the first bar, and you drag it out there to get it out here. Now, as you can see, I have number 5 selected, so I have the hotkey selected for it, so I can just click it easily. And in order to do that, you can press F10 and also L again, F1. And then you can drag it to any number or any hotkey you wish to have it on. I have it on 5, for instance. Um, and there you go. Now, when it comes to sweating, there's a few things you need to keep in mind. If you just want to sweat and kill a mob rather fast, you can just do that and you press 5 then as I did, or whatever you have selected. You select the target and you press F, which I have as interact. Alright, this makes it automatically use the key. Right? And as you can see, sometimes the mobs don't instantaneously charge you. This is really good when swunting, but you gotta pay attention as I didn't do there. And now he's coming towards you. Now you can back off like this to give yourself some more space. Uh, but what's gonna end up happening is he's gonna hit you when you're draining like this. If I don't evade it all and miss it. So as you see, I took damage there, and when I sweat and I take damage, I get interrupted, thereby cancelling my attempt to drain sweat from this creature. This is not ideal. Oh well, it is, but it's unfortunately working rather smoothly now. There you go, the interrupt that we were looking for. So in order to avoid this, you want to run backwards. But how are you gonna do that? You can't run. You can't outrun it, can you? Um, Actually, you can. And let me show you how. I'm just gonna kill this one and pick a new guy. So, as you see now, I've got the targets out like this, and I can press Alt, left Alt. Then I get to aim as in first person-ish. But you want to remain in third person, because, well, you'll see in a minute. And you select the tool, and then you just left click him. And you're gonna see here in a second that when he starts running towards me, I'm gonna be able to do this. As you can see, I'm still running full speed. He's nowhere near to catching me, and thus voiding the chance of being interrupted. So why is this good to know then, you ask? Well, the main point is that you're not actually just locked to doing this to this first puny mobs. I usually do this when I hunt for Snarksnots over by Author's Westmount, and also when hunting Kerberos over at Osier. And so this is basically one way to make sure that you can solo sweat most things. And on top of that, you have the added possibility of finding fruit and dung on the ground. And why is that good? because that's the only other activity apart from sweating that is actually completely free to play. So by doing this, and as you see now I drained it, but by doing swunting like this, you sweat and run, and you pick up stuff from the ground, you are essentially maximizing what you can potentially get. Alright? So, to reiterate here, when you sweat like this, you make the most out of every single shot you take. Since you're always gonna get that sweat. You're always gonna get that little bonus. So just if you look at this from today then, if you were to get 100 sweats, so that's only, well, let's see how much we got from this one. We got 29 sweat, is that possible? I'm just gonna, no, sorry, my mistake. If we take 20 sweat, I'm just gonna redrain one, and we'll see how much that one yields us. I believe it's 15. Gonna see here, it's gonna go really quick here now. And I'm also gonna show you that you can do this very same method in a few different ways. So look now, I'm selecting here, but I'm also left clicking to deselect, pressing F to interact and deselecting again. And now I'm just holding the mouse cursor over, and that's also one way to maintain the target. So you're gonna see it again here in a second, that once I get the drain, I hold the mouse cursor over and I'm not close to targeting him, but as long as he's highlighted, it counts as a target. So that's really good to know. Can technically do this. I've actually been sweating Proterons, which are a rather large creature. They are fairly slow, and they have roughly 1,800 HP, so 1,800 sweat per Proteron. But that's not really what you're gonna start with, and if you do, that's gonna take you hours. And this is probably the best way to do it, since you get a break from the monotony as well. If you were only going to sweat for hours on end, you are probably going to get bored. This has the chance of doing that. As you see, that's someone who got a global. This one took a while, but as you see, I'm not once being hit by this guy. And imagine if you stood actually doing all these pulls, and then you finally get the smoke showing, and then you get interrupted. Because as you can see, it can be up towards 20 attempts before the smoke comes. Then you don't want to waste that time by waiting for another 20. Alright, so now that we have that one done, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this one, and we'll see how much sweat we got. Not bad. So 17. They have 17 each. So if you kill 10 of them, you get 170 sweat. If you kill 100 of them, you get 1,700 sweat. That's roughly 2 ped that would otherwise go lost. Just poof, out the window. And the reason I say it's roughly 2 ped is because 1,000 sweat today, in 2021, goes for roughly 1.3 ped to 1.5 ped to players. So that's it for this video, and I hope you had some use for it, or will have use for it. And I'll be back with some more tips here and there. And I hope you have a good day. See ya.